Hi, this is Charlotte with Photoshop Lovers, and I am going to discuss today why as graphic designers you should get paid up front. Now, I have been a graphic designer for many years, and I have tried many different methods, and I am going to basically explain the methods that didn't work and now what works for me. So when I first started out as a noob designer, I invoiced clients, I met with clients, wasted my gas money, wasted my time, only to result into doing projects that I never actually got paid for. A lot of times I would go on Craigslist and divvy up some projects where they were looking for student designers, which basically, when you see in the headline student designer, that's basically code word, I need somebody to do my project for free. So we made some mistakes there. Then we moved on, and we started to get a little bit smarter, and we started asking for deposits. That's the second mistake. Now, while a lot of designers would disagree with this in taking deposits, here's my thoughts on that. When I did take a deposit, what ended up happening was that the client would drag out the project, not because they were procrastinating because they didn't want the project done, because they did not want to pay the final amount of the project. So they would oftentimes leave me hanging. They would assign somebody else to the project, or they would do really strange things that would involve me not getting paid at the end of the project. And then it normally would result in the project closing, and it would have an awkward dilemma, because you want to have satisfied customers. You want to have examples in your portfolio of completed projects, not half-done projects. So that left me with a whole bunch of half-done projects and only half of a payment. Now, I'm not going to give the money back to the customer because I've already done half of the project, and it's their responsibility to pay the other half. And so if they don't pay me for the other half, they don't get the other half of the project. So that resulted in the project being, drawn out 6-7 months, which is completely ridiculous. Now I've changed my procedures and policies to have a limitation on a project. A project has to be done within 30 days. If the client does not produce the materials within the 30 days, then the project is closed and they forfeit the money. And all of this is got to be in your design contracts, in your bid proposals. All this information needs to be clearly drawn out. When you have conversations with these clients, you want to record everything, because in the court of law, there's no such thing as he said, she said. While that's nice and dandy, it's not provable. So what you want to do is you always want to record conversations over the phone. You can do that legally as long as you say that in the beginning of the conversation. This call is being recorded for quality assurance. May I have your permission to record the call? Yes or no. At that time, if they say no, then say, well, then I do apologize. We cannot proceed with this conversation over the phone. We must do it via chat. At that time, it's illegal to record any type of chat. You don't have any legal, ramifications for that. It is a federal offense to record people without their knowledge, though. I just want to make that very clear. So, with that being said, that is my procedure for clients. Setting that up. So I do not accept deposits up front. Instead, there's an alternative method that I use. Now, I know you're saying, oh my God, we're going to lose clients. It doesn't matter if you lose them, because I'm going to be quite honest with you, they're not going to pay you anyways. And I'll give a great example of that. There's one client who didn't want to pay me up front. I lowered the price down to even $29, which is insane for a logo design. I mean, who designs a logo for $29? They still didn't pay me. It doesn't matter what your price is or how much it is. They're not going to pay you, because they think of you as a free service. They don't think that you're a tangible you're not a tangible product that you can hold in their hand. That they think that you are just a schmuck, basically. So with that being said, what you should do is you should put a quote out there. You should put a limit on your quote, and this basically sets an expectation that they have to buy within a certain amount of time. You're going to want to set expectations. You're going to have rules and guidelines that you go by and that you don't go against. and you're going to put this on your website, and you're not going to teeter from this. You need to make this very clear and very professional, and you need not to teeter from this. Okay, so you can get clients by not just sending them a bill invoice, and you could get clients without having them pay a deposit. You can get clients with getting the whole money up front, and I'm going to tell you how to do this. Now, since you're a freelancer and I've had a merchant account, I mean, it's pretty useless. I mean, the transaction fees through PayPal and through merchant account are pretty much the same. There's really not much of a difference. The only thing I don't like about PayPal is they tend to hold your money and for longer periods of times. But the good thing is that with a credit card company, if you have a chargeback, they charge you the money plus they charge you a fee. With PayPal, you're protected from that. You have a buyer's protection, and it's a great rebuttal to clients when they say that they don't want to pay up front. You say, well, I go through PayPal and it has a buyer protection program. So if you're not completely satisfied, or if you feel that I did not render the services given, then you're protected under the buyer protection program. Also, if you don't have the money up front, you can finance your project through a PayPal credit card, and you can sign up for PayPal credit. That basically in a nutshell, is you saying that you don't provide credit. Okay, you're not a merchant account. You go through PayPal, which is protected by law. Everything is safe, and they're not giving you any information. There's no scamming involved because it's all done through PayPal. You're putting that onto PayPal now. And now here's how you're always going to win a dispute from PayPal. Like I said, if you do this right, you can win every time. You're going to have a lot of clients out there. Like I said, they look at us as a free tangible because we don't have an actual tangible product. They look at us as like we're a free service. They think that we don't have bills. They think that we don't pay for a Photoshop, which is like $49 a month. I know. They think that we don't pay for hosting, which is like $300 a year. They think that we don't pay for our domain names. And I mean, I could go on and on forever about all the fonts that I have to buy, the developers I have to hire, the cost involved in being a freelancer. It's not free. It's not free for us, and it's not free for you. So, I mean, you want to make that very clear. But here's the thing. You also, when you do this contract, you want to get them to sign it. There's contract services that you can use that make it legally binding. I forget what they are, but if you go online, there's a whole bunch of ones. And they're 100% legally binding, or you could take a little bit of a risk and do a PDF signing. I have my own plugin on my site, which basically lets clients sign off on projects. They can upload and download projects and sign off on projects and make comments and stuff like that. You can find stuff like that. You can find services that actually record your screen while you're working, so you have proof in court. You can save those out and get, I love these little drives. They're called My Passports. They're about $59 for a terabyte. And you could save your clients on there. You can label, hold on, I'm sorry. You can label the drives. They're so cheap. I mean, they're affordable. You can label one clients. You can label one projects. And you can store them in a really good place. I actually have Mediafire, which is a storage place, and I actually got it on sale when it was on sale. I have it for a terabyte online storage for $25 for the life of my account, and then I can add more storage to it as well. So there's lots of free online storage. There's places where you can store stuff, but I highly recommend making sure that you document everything that you do with this client, because when you have to do the dispute with PayPal, or if they try to do a chargeback or anything like that, you have evidence that you did the project. And as long as you have viable evidence, PayPal's good with it. They're not going to just, they're going to do an investigation. And believe me, I think that, they're not going to just side with, the client always, you know, because you're giving them ongoing business, okay? PayPal knows that. So I legitimately think that PayPal is investigating these. Say possibly you may lose a fight with them. It's okay because they don't charge a fee for the chargeback. You just don't get that money. And that's one of the reasons why they hold your money for so long. And, you know, it is what it is. But, I mean, at least you're getting your money up front and you're not having the hassle of being that collection agency. And you're getting that commitment. You're getting the project done on time because nobody wants to drag a project out. I want to get a project. I want to get it done within 72 hours to a week, depending on how long that project is. I want to get it over and done with so I can move on to the next one. I don't want to have projects lingering because a client is lollygagging with a file or something, you know, going on there. So, I mean, these are my methods and they work for me. I'm not accepting any type of clients who don't pay me up front because I personally feel as a professional in any online situation, we're virtual freelancers. We're not people that go to your door. We're not a restaurant. We're not a hair salon. You know, we can't call the cops when you don't pay us. We're a virtual environment. So in a virtual environment, you have to pay for that instantly. If you go on Amazon, you pay instantly. If you go on iTunes, you pay instantly for the music. You pay instantly on ThemeForest. You pay instantly for graphics. Everything that I have, like fonts and stuff like that, I have to pay for instantly. Now, we need time to do our work and develop our work, but when I hire a developer, I have to pay them up front. I pay my developers up front. And even though I don't like the job or I feel that they did a shitty job, I still pay them anyway. I just won't hire them again. It's the same thing when I go to a restaurant. When I went to Olive Garden, I ordered like sausage ravioli and I thought it was going to be real sausage. It looked like it in the picture, but it was very deceptive because it tastes like, I honestly want to say like the ravioli like in the can on the shelf tasted a lot better. It was like it wasn't real meat. I don't know what the fuck it was, but it wasn't real meat. And so I was very disappointed. But do you think I sat there and told the waitress like, your food tastes like shit, I'm not going to pay for it? No, I didn't, because I ate the food and I'm like, well, I'm just never going to order that again, or I may not come back here, because I really wasn't satisfied with the food that came out. Everything else I was satisfied with. I just wasn't satisfied with my main course. So, it was okay. It wasn't like, so bad that, it was inedible. I still ate it, you know, but I paid for it, but I didn't like it that much. And that's the same thing with designers. If you use a designer once and you don't like the project that they produced, then you don't have to work with them again. But clients, graphic designers are going to try to do their best 100% because it's easier for us to retain an existing client than to gain more new ones. It's very hard. We have to spend a lot of money on Facebook advertisement. We have to spend a lot of money on Google advertisement. We have to do a lot of SEO on our website. We have to write articles. There's many things that we have to do to get clients. They don't just come knocking on our door. So, I mean, when we say that our services are not free, they're not free. We have bills and we have things and expenses that we need to pay for. And so therefore, I think that clients should respect the fact that we work and we need to pay our bills too as well. And that the time that we're spending on their project is time away from our kids and our family. And they should respect that. When you go to work, how upset would you be if you worked a full 2 weeks of work and then you didn't get paid? They told you, well, you know, I'm going to refer people to you, or I'm going to make up some excuse, some mundane excuse that clients make. There's always an excuse. Well, I'm going to pay you later. It's always the next day. Or I'll pay you tomorrow. Or I'll pay you tomorrow. If your employer did that to you, how upset would you be? And I'm talking to clients. I'm not talking to graphic designers. Right now, I'm talking to you clients. How upset would you be if your employer or your client or whoever's paying you told you repeatedly after months that, you know, the next day or the next month, or I'm waiting on this and this, how upset would you be? You know what I mean? If you can't pay your mortgage, you can't pay your light bill because whatever income source that's coming in, you're not getting paid for it. That is something that you should think about. And I do believe in karma, and I seriously, honestly feel that people should treat other people right. I'm probably the most honest person you'll ever meet. I don't do things that would screw people over, and I don't work with people who treat people like that either. So I just wanted to give this tips out there to all of graphic designers coming in if they're having a hard time collecting payments or working with clients. These are some great tips. And if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. Photoshop Lovers is going to be producing some more videos on this topic, as well as some more design resources and tips. Thank you so much for watching.